Good morning and welcome to Trading with Larry. It's Larry Benedict, joined by Eric Shamilov. Welcome back. You missed a
You?
couple of crazy days, but markets are once again, you know what I would say? 20 handles is the Mendoza line to make people not panic. Like as soon as the S&P goes down, the panic level is epic. And yesterday we kind of had the same kind of trading day as today already, a little stronger on the opening, but still up. And then the market faded and you didn't see it, but we dropped 100 handles and the world almost shut down. And it's funny, I was just looking at my machine at 8:30 because we came on a couple of seconds after 8:30, and somehow the Philly Fed came out today, and the New York business activity both very negative, sort of worse than expected, and like my computer started to shake again. It's like the weirdest thing. It's like these algos. It's really we're getting close to breaking. That's what I think. We're close to breaking the machine, and as long as the market is positive, and as long as they can manipulate and rig up these stocks, the market continues higher. But I do see some kinks in the armor. I'll throw it to you in a second, but VIX yesterday traded over 22, and we are 1% off the high. Okay, what I think is going to happen is we're going to have a full dislocation at some point, and I don't know where the VIX is going to go, but it's good for trading. Trading will be good today. We probably visit the other side of unchanged for sure, maybe late in the day, get people afraid. But the mantra of the market just doesn't make sense. Like, I don't even know what's the good news now. Last night, it was very funny. So you were out, and on Wednesday at 3:40, DJT came out and put actually not tariffs, but basically put an embargo on cooking oil. Cooking oil. Okay. I don't even know what that's about. Or he was mad they didn't buy soybeans. It took them 8 years to figure out they didn't buy soybeans. So anyway, he puts this on. Eric, the market was moving like you thought the world was ending. The Nasdaq dropped like 10 figures, S&P 100, and then no one cares, okay? Then last night, I don't know if you saw this, but at 4:10 after the market closed. Now if it happened during the end of the day, the algos would have gone crazy, right? But it happened after 4 o'clock, so no one cares. So the same tweet that comes out at 3:40. Actually, this is probably a worse tweet, okay, for the market. Comes out after the market closes, the market doesn't move, doesn't care. So this is what we're in. We're an algorithmic rig, okay, mostly to the buy side for years and years and years. And really, the market on NASDAQ is right back to where it was before we had the huge 2% correction that freaked everybody out. So here we sit. I'll throw it to you. I don't know what your thoughts are because you haven't been with me for a couple of days, but it'll be interesting to hear.
Yeah, thank you, Larry. I'll share a chart right here of the S&P futures this morning, and yeah, I mean, you look at it, pretty crazy action. You have several 100-point moves up and down, and you mentioned the 20-point. Like, all it takes is 20 points, and the market seems to change its mantra on a dime. And right now, it's 20 points above that point of control, that volume point of control you see up there, that big red line. That's where most of the volume has been traded since the market dropped on the China tariff news. So we're 20 points away from that. I think if we break that, it will once again change the psyche today. So that's a level I'm looking at for today. And what I did notice about yesterday was, even though the market kind of came back, Nvidia was down, and struggling
I'm
to
going to go like
trade.
this. I'm going to go like this. Nvidia doesn't it Nvidia only acts as a positive to the market, not a
I see.
negative. Nvidia can go to 170 and the S&P and the Nasdaq will be right here, okay? They'll manipulate four other stocks in place of Nvidia, which is the largest weighting, to manipulate that down so that the market won't get too crazy. It's all manipulation. It was never like this because there was never algorithms in the market. So like if they were taking down Nvidia, they would take down Tesla. They would take down the stocks that are the Mag 7 altogether. Now it's not like that. The first thing to do in the morning. The first thing to do in the morning is see what's up and what's down. And whatever's up, they'll try to buy. They'll do that until 10:43 in the morning, then they'll flip flop, and go the other way. And the funny thing is, the Nasdaq's up 100 points today. Not a lot is up, but Nvidia is up a couple of bucks. Big deal. Nvidia is still down $2.50 from Friday's settlement. Okay. And the NASDAQ is up like 2.5% or 2%. So what does Nvidia really mean? Nvidia is lower. It closed at 183.95 on Friday. It's trading 181 on a massive uptick from 179. And the markets are higher. And like Nvidia, yes, is the bellwether, but it's just a pawn in the scam game of what they're doing to the market. And hopefully, or I thought it would be this week, for sure. But maybe it's next week that it becomes unhinged. Maybe it's tomorrow, expiration day. But it's just
Didn't you have a
it's
trade on
ridiculous.
didn't you have like a calendar spread on the VIX, basically shorting VIX,
No, no, I had
going
it.
going
That went off the board already. That's off the board. Off the board. Made a little on it. Nothing major. Nah, there's nothing to do. I
Well,
mean,
now isn't that trade supposed to be doing really well?
no, it's not doing well. It's doing nothing. Why really well? VIX moved a point, dude. I know that's a lot in your world.
Bad, but okay.
I'm just saying I made money on it, not a lot, but I'm buying VIX out 2 weeks this morning. Um, I'm just not understanding. There are so many things going on in the market right now. I'm just talking. I want to talk about other markets, but I'm talking like S&P and Nasdaq. It's such a rig. Like last night, I'm telling you, I'm looking at my Bloomberg. Last night it was 2 billion for sale. It's not the biggest deal. These imbalances don't really mean anything. They used to, but last night the S&P came in. It was up 10 handles. There's 2 billion to sell with 3 minutes to go. Where do you think the S? Well, you know where the S&P closed up 30 handles. It literally some buy order walked in, which shouldn't even be allowed because you shouldn't be able to put imbalances in or orders in after 350. I can't. I don't know who's doing this, but anyway, someone walks in and then jams up the market, relocates it, and now we're up to 20 handles, or 22 handles. And the 22 handles is what I call, I don't, like, we talk about hockey goalies. They put the goalies in yesterday, but they blew the puck through them for a little bit. And it looked really scary when we came in, that we were going to go down 100, 150. NASDAQ, was down 100. It turned 100, 200 points. I mean, the NASDAQ from yesterday's low to today is up like 500 points on the NASDAQ future. I mean, that's crazy. That's 2%. And today there's a mantra to just buy again. So here we are, let them do whatever they do, and then come back again. But, since we've been on the podcast, the S&P's run 10 points. NASDAQ's on the high of the day. Everything's exploding.
Look at gold,
And
man. Look at gold right now. It looks a little bit top heavy here.
it
As much as
does.
I love gold, as much as I
Time
love
out.
gold,
It looks top heavy, up
a
50.
little bit, a
Oh,
little bit,
okay.
just to get you bears a little happy.
Okay. Why
Um,
why is it top heavy if it's up 50?
Well, I think it. If you're in it tactically, maybe a good spot to take a profit right here. I did.
Oh, I
I'm
think gold is.
waiting for a.
I think gold is insane,
Uh,
but this is something that is, outside the realm. Listen, the truth is, it's a market that there are really no natural sellers anymore. And whoever's buying it, whether it be hedge funds or central banks or whatever, they won't stop. So, here we sit. The queue is, I mean, the queues are crazy. The queue, you know where the queue was to come in the week?
what is it? 585.
582. It's trading at 606. Come on. That's 16, that's 22, it's up like 4% on the week. It's
I
insane.
got to make a decision. I got a 63. A 63 call spread on the queue for tomorrow. About a $5 call spread for tomorrow.
What's
63.
a 63? I don't know what's 63.
603. 603
Oh,
on the queue call spread. So I'm thinking my decisions today have to be: do I roll? Do I not roll? Do I roll the dice for tomorrow? Um, we've had 3 days of recovery here, and you know, you guys have been talking about the VIX. I saw from yesterday. The VIX is telling a different story. I don't know. Let's see. What do you what are
we
you
haven't
thinking?
even
Roll or
started
not roll?
we haven't even started the day. I mean, I have pretty much hedged positions, put on some short calls, spreads for tomorrow, which don't look like they're working too well. Nothing big. Short some puts to the downside. The put pricing was is it's come in a bit, but has been so high. You could have sold yesterday the 6,300 puts for like $5 for Friday. That's down like almost 10%. We had a fake 2% correction. Fake. And when I say fake, fake. They got the whole thing back in it's not even 4 trading days. It's crazy. Crazy. Market just continues to
So,
mystify.
what do you think happens with the? How do you think this kind of stacks up with the China uh, trade? I mean, November 1st. That's the big date, all right? And
Eric,
then
Eric, Eric. They're not putting tariffs to 100%. It's 100% certainty of that. Okay. This guy is so taco. And even if he goes to 100, what does it matter? It didn't matter last night that Trump literally put on Truth Social, we're in a trade war with China. What's a worse headline? We're in a trade war with China, which we all know, but you're putting that in their face, or you're embargoing cooking oil. Cooking oil. I mean, what is cooking oil? So anyway, that's where we sit. That's you know the trade or the mantra for the day, and we'll see. Right now S&P up 30. It was up 18 when we got on the podcast. They love it, breaking out, exploding to the upside, and all the mantras are gone. But again, I think we're going to have that dislocation day. I don't know if it's going to be this afternoon. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow, but I definitely think, that this market it's ridiculous. Like, think about it. Why are we up? Oh, it must be because gold's exploding. Oh, it must be because what is it? Like, I'm trying to figure out what it is. The Fed's going to cut a quarter. I mean, dude, do you know how many rate cuts we had in coming to this year? We had 6 rate cuts. We're going to get 3. Okay, so that's less than expected, and the market's up massively for the third straight year. So I don't know. I'm a little worried, but they're not worried this morning. But you know what's funny? If we came in down 20 handles today, you know what would be? The place would be blowing up. Literally, I'm telling you, blowing up. They wouldn't know what to do. So here we sit. Um, the
well,
Nasdaq.
the three big events or headlines, I think, the market is thinking about. We're in earnings now also, so financials seem to be doing okay. And usually earnings in the beginning are pretty, the reactions are pretty good. The following week tends to kind of test that a little bit. Then you have the government shutdown. I mean, at some point they're gonna, that's gonna end. Maybe the market's looking forward to that. And
Looking,
then you have
whoa, 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 wait. It's
stock.
looking, time out. It's looking forward to the unshutting of the government for 4 weeks. It's going to rally off that, but it never sold off. I mean, come on, dude. This market is actually ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You're telling me we're going to look forward to that. We're still closed. It's going on 3 or 4 weeks, and every week is 100 billion of GDP. So I don't know. Soon it'll be a trillion. I don't know. That's bullish.
I
Everything's
don't know.
bullish.
You keep saying that. I'm looking at Atlanta GDP now, and it's actually showing GDP growing
I don't
as we
know.
speak.
I don't know how, dude. The Philadelphia Fed number was minus 12.8. The Fed Business Services out of New York, the Fed Business Services minus 23. These numbers are blow up numbers. They're literally, it's funny. Maybe you had like amnesia. Okay. Like you were coming on like I don't even get it. Everyone thinks we're going into a recession, and you think like that GDP is doing great right now. I mean,
I'm
whatever
just
you're
looking at
looking at
GDP now,
doesn't
just
make sense. Doesn't make,
just poking holes at the mantra. That's all.
dude. I'm not poking anything. You know, I just don't freaking understand how the market is so stable. How is it so stable? Like, what you come in today, Nvidia literally has crashed every day that you have been out. It's been getting smashed. Okay, it was down $5 on the week, and the S&P's up 100. Okay, or whatever. I mean, this is a little crazy. And then it rallies back $2, and it just helps the market. It's crazy. So anyway, I don't know. Let's just because I got to wrap pretty early today. I got to I got a flight to catch. Um, so you know,
Where you going? You going
well,
to New
dude,
York?
I can't tell people where I'm going.
You're going to New
I'm
York.
going on vacation, baby. Anyway,
If
hopefully,
you're coming here, if you're coming here, bring a coat, man. It's
dude,
starting to get cold.
dude, I'm bringing a
Over.
bar. I'm bringing a bar. I'm paying for my hotel with a bar of gold. I'm just gonna cash out my gold and use that. I actually am setting up for a short in gold using options. So that is going on today. And you know, listen, I don't know what's going on. This is something that, I've been looking at gold since the 80s. This is something that I've never seen. Um, a market that just goes up 50 points it's kind of like the anatomy of the rig of the S&P. The anatomy of the rig of the S&P is the S&P just goes up small. I mean, it's not small, it's big, but it's every single day. So it's the same thing here. Um, so we'll see. We'll see how everything plays out. I like gold pretty much to the short side. I mean, it's nothing pressing, on the trade, but I like selling a little GLD. It's up again, up, you know, $2.50, which is about $25 in gold, which is shocking. On top of the 20 it ran after the close on Friday. So I like that. Put those positions on, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. The market.
35, 36 point straddle here at 8:50 a.m. What do you think?
I wouldn't sell that. Not even with your money. I wouldn't sell that. We put on a strangle yesterday. It was wide, and we lost money. So I'm doing very little trading in that product, which is my best product. The market is underpricing interday volatility for sure. I mean, I just every time, what's interesting? I'm kind of glad in a way that we're up because every time we go down, and I'm not there. That's what's crazy. I'm actually not there. I am not short the market. I have a little bit of volatility, but I'm not even short the market. Here I am. I'm very bearish. I'm just, we caught Friday, which was good. Okay, we caught Friday very well. We're going to catch all those down moves because we're just using stops to enter the positions. But the bottom line is, I hope we don't go down because I'm not short. So I gotta, my thing is, I gotta get short. That's my goal, is to get short when we are going down, because otherwise you get this crap. You get, up 28 handles, up 31 handles, no trading. The Zulu Jane Street guys are in there zipping and bipping, making their money. It's very scary. That's all I could tell you. It's very, like, yesterday to me was very, very scary. It's just my opinion. Very scary yesterday. So, you know, we'll, I got to make sure I'm there. So I always tell Thomas, who's not there, not here, to utilize stops in the market to enter our trades. Like on last Friday when we were going down, we were selling, in the money call, which is aggressive strategy, and it ended up working out. I mean, these moves are, I mean, this week's been just, it's just, you don't think this is unbelievable? I'm just asking you, unbelievable from Friday's action to where we're sitting today. Nvidia still $2 lower, or a dollar and a half lower on the week, which is the bellwether of bellwethers. Okay. And somehow they're sneaking the market up, massively. And the thing is, the banks came out with numbers, Eric, and they were better, but I don't think they're really better, because one number came out, investment banking was better. Okay. The other,
Well, that's obvious. That's obvious. It would be better with all these deals
no,
in the tech field.
obviously, but then there was another bank that said their trading revenue was better. The funniest thing is banks don't even trade. So it must either be commissions. Like, what are they trading? They're scared to trade. They don't trade. I used to trade. I said this the other day on our podcast. I used to trade with these banks, massive size. They wouldn't even answer my phone to trade. So I don't know what they're trading to make all this money. But I don't like those. Those aren't sticky revenue. When we go into a recession or things get a little bit worse, that's not sticky revenue anymore. So, you know, that's what I would say. Um, it's a little bit, it's a little bit aggravating, to see this stuff. And, you know, I think it's going to be interesting because Trump is pushing for, earnings only semi-annually, because this is all BS, dude. I mean, and now the Jane Street boys get to run the market off of earnings, and they could take a stock like Oracle off a quarterly number that comes out again in 3 months, a quarterly number up 35-40% on the eighth biggest stock in the world. I mean, this is what we do. We're in crazy town. I'm telling you, we're in crazy town. It is crazy town out there. So I would be careful. Market today looks very good for whatever reason, but 30 handles. It's the same trade every day. Do you know that we open up, even when we went down on that Friday, we were up the whole day? You know that, right? And then the tweet came out and we got smashed. Every day the market is up. Every night. Oh, I don't remember. Do you, walking into a screw down 40, 30? I don't remember it. Tell me when it happened. I want to know. Well, tell me, because it's not, I can't remember it. It's up every morning, every morning. And then, you know, news comes out or something comes out, they sell off, then they rally them back like they did yesterday. I mean, yesterday was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. I mean, the NASDAQ ran up 300. Listen, it must be they have stock to buy for tomorrow's opening. It's every month, it's quarterly, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It must be that they have stock to buy, because there is no other reason that we would be here. Like, literally, think about what I
Well,
just did.
I
Tell me
mean,
the
the
last time.
market is always trying to price in something good, And the
Why?
two big things right
Why?
now. Why?
But I'm just
That's the
saying,
nature.
why? Why? What? We have a government shutdown. Hold on. We have a government shutdown. Okay. We have Nvidia until today breaking down. Okay. We have a trade war with China, which is a trade war. Okay. All of these things, and the Nasdaq's up 200 this morning on no news, on nothing. 200. It's not a little. It was up 250 or 300 yesterday. I mean, come on. This is over 2% in literally intraday. It's been not even one full trading day. And
So
and
you think this dip on the China news was the big one, and it's not, right? I'm looking at quantum computing, and throughout this whole thing, this whole sector just wouldn't drop, even like after the China news came out and everything. Now it's kind of getting, you could see like a really nice divergence in RSI. I'm looking at quantum computing stocks. I'm looking at them to the downside actually, but looking for a little confirmation here. I mean, it's really, it had a bad day yesterday. So I'd be looking for that. If you're long, my advice, take some profits here. I think we're heading for a little bit of downside in this sector.
I'm just shocked at where we are, especially in Nasdaq. I mean, I don't even. What are they taking up? Like that's what I don't understand. Like it's weird. But anyway, I want to get
There's been a lot of high data points. You look at stuff like SoundHound. It's been quantum computing, like I said, for the last 3 days, relentlessly going up and going up a lot too. So a lot of high beta names have been going up. So it's weird. Like even though Nvidia has been coming down, other AI related names, specifically in like AI agents, have been going up. Quantum computing, as I said, have been going up. So, like, yeah, the market's been shaky. The VIX hasn't come down, but a lot of high beta stuff has been back this week.
I mean, listen. I just want to see what this market acts like down 40 on an opening. We have not had it. I'm telling you, it's funny. We finally broke that BS streak of not having a 2% down day. They got a 2% down day. But you want to know what? I'll bet you if you look back on the market, there hasn't been a down 40 opening in 3 months. Literally 3 months. I can't remember one. I can't even remember a down 20. Honestly, I'd like Thomas maybe later to look at it, but I don't even think we've had a down 20 opening. It's up every morning. It is crazy. And then when the market starts to get selling, it like my machine starts to shake. It's bizarre. Like, what are the buyers just not real and they're just so happy they have Jane Street rigging the market? I know I hit on them all the time, but they're the mass culprit. Read the article about what they did in India. It's actually incredible. They won't pull that here because they're scared of regulation, but they thought there was no regulators in India and they got bagged. Okay. They got bagged manipulating the market, but they're manipulating this rig on a daily basis. And
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that. Take a look at this option. This is not from Jane Street, but this is from Citadel in a report that they had out. Total option volume market wide. I mean, all time highs, right? Retail option volumes, according to Citadel, even more crazy
But
over
it's
here.
funny. So like I have for the opportunistic trader, um, all my products except maybe one or two are option related, and it's weird to me. We should be selling off the chain our products to everyone out there because option volumes the biggest thing going in the market by exponential numbers. Everyone's doing it. It's providing internal leverage, and all of that. But I want to get
Yeah,
close
so
to.
in the short term, I think what you see is the tail wagging the dog. Right, it should be the underlying that's driving the option. But I feel like the option prices are now
Well,
option
how could
trading.
the underlying drive the option? The option drives the underlying because of gamma. Okay. That's Jane Street's specialty. They snip
Right.
out the positions, they rip they rip the gamma, which is the change in delta. They rip things up and down. They make people make moves they don't want to make because they're blowing out of business, and that's what's happening in option land. But listen, I've been touching on this before. It was funny when Nvidia made the high last Friday. They had on Thursday 10 million calls trade or something. I mean, there was a million in the first 10 minutes. I mean, that's how crazy they blew these guys to smithereens. And it's interesting because pure retail isn't even making a lot of money. Like there's a guy in my building, he's a maintenance man. Okay. He does the maintenance for the building. He's trading all day. Okay. Which is what gets me so freaked out. And nicest guy ever. And he's like, I want to come see you. I'm really struggling here. And I'm thinking to myself, this is the biggest bull market of all time. And this guy, I'm not going to call him a clown, but this guy is trying to learn to trade options. He doesn't know anything about pricing, anything about anything, but all you have to do is look at where they're scamming up the market to drive. Listen, they do it in S&P options every single day. We up and down, everyone's freaking out. Then they're freaking out on the up, freaking out on the down. And the market is so tightly wound that I keep saying the word break. I think the market could break, actually break. And that's my one of, I want to get close to wrapping because I got to get out of here. But one of my biggest fears, okay, is one of my biggest fears is not being able to get out. Not, last Thursday or Friday, my machine went black because they had what they called a micro burst of volume. I don't even know what that is, but they had it sounds like a storm. They had a micro burst of volume on the ICE exchange and it shut down. It was not disseminating quotes. And the amount of volume we're pushing through, if it all hits at the same time, is going to be impossible to execute. So that's my fear out there for me, is not being able to get out. And what I'll tell you, and I even have it, hold on, sorry about that. I have it for myself, and I trade a lot of Q and SPX and SPY, and I'm running a decent amount of capital. Okay. Not like what I used to run, but I'm running a decent amount of capital, but I can't take delivery of my positions, not even close. Okay. I'm trading tens of thousands of options. Okay. I'm all hedged up, but I can't take delivery. And if I'm trading millions and millions of dollars, these people are trading 100 lot of Nvidia calls with 20 grand in their account. Okay, or 40 grand. And you made a statement the other day which freaked me out, which I don't even understand, that you're telling me a million people liquidate crypto at the same time. I mean, I don't know. If a million people liquidated here, this system would blow the hell up. I'm just letting you know. So I don't buy it. But that's the one thing that I'm really leery of, is a complete shutdown. And how about this? What's going to happen? And listen, we're far from this, I guess. I don't know if we really are, but what if we have a limit? Let me ask you this. Let's say the market, I think the limit for the day is 10%. I could be wrong. Okay. What if we have a 10% down day? The whole system is going to blow up. No one's going to be able, you're going to have exercising of options that no one has the money to take delivery. These are things that nobody even cares about or is thinking about. They're trading exponential size. And then I'll leave you with this. The exchange, or the SEC, or these exchanges yesterday listed, you're not even going to believe this. When I tell you this, are you sitting down fully?
Go
I'm
ahead.
I'm going to freak you out. 5x Nvidia, 5x Facebook, 5x. Why would someone need 5x leverage on anything? 5x. And all of those products fail. Like if you look at MicroStrategy's double ETFs, they're down 50% on the year and the stock is up. How does that make you feel? Pretty bad. Do not trade these things. They are all set to go to zero. It has to do with the rolling of options, okay? And it also has to do with the inefficiency of pricing. And when the strategies have billions of dollars in it, they got to call Citadel, Jane Street, or whoever to roll a million options. They're getting, I'll use the word raped on these trades, and that's causing the customer massive losses. So I just want to leave it with that. Now they're going to have 5x. Who needs 5x Nvidia?
Listen, they love that in crypto. That's why you see a lot of liquidations in crypto all the time, because everybody leverages to the moon,
But
and
but but,
everybody
but
gets
you're
into
buying a
the
5x product that's not even tracking what you're buying. You cannot make money on that product. You can if you catch it for the day. If you sit in it for more than 1 or 2 days, it is set to fail. And the exchange is listing these. And then there's these products called YieldMax. Okay. They're all these ETFs. You got to look it up. YieldMax. Okay. They're taking in billions of dollars, billions, because they're giving back the customers or their people their own money. So they give a 25% dividend for the year. It sounds great, right? I would buy it, right? 25%, except the stock's down 45. So now you're getting a they can't even call it a dividend. It's a redistribution of your own capital, okay? And you're using it to live, but you don't realize your equity in your stock is down 50%. This is out there getting billions and billions in it. How is it? How? Eric, we got to do a show. I will show you all this stuff. It'll blow your mind that the retail public is being fleeced by these products, and the exchange is allowing this to go on. Or the SEC, there should never. Why do you need a 5x Nvidia product? For what reason?
not enough
buy
cash.
buy 2 shares of the 2x and you got 4x, right? Why do you need 5x? It's crazy. They're just setting this thing up to blow. I mean, it's people don't, and the people doing this, to be completely honest and frank, don't know what the hell they're doing.
Everybody loves leverage. Nobody knows how to
But
use
it's
it.
not leverage. That's the beauty of this. There is no leverage. You're going 1 to 1. You can maybe get 2 to 1 leverage. So now you're 10x Nvidia, but you don't have the leverage is inherent to the stock. The leverage is inherent to the stock. So the bottom line is if you buy that 5x product, you are leveraged, but you're not leveraged in the product. You understand? So the product is just going to move 5x Nvidia, but you're not leveraged. You're leveraged in the product. And think about this. Let's say your firm gives you 2 to 1 margin. Now you're 10x Nvidia. How do you like that? You like that, baby, right?
You
Rock
have a
and
ticker.
roll, rock and
Ticker
roll.
on. You have a ticker on this kind of product you're talking about.
They haven't been listed. I think they're coming. We can provide that on Monday. They're coming. I think maybe they're listed today. I don't know, but whatever it is, it's probably like the NVDL is like the double short Nvidia. I don't know the long, but it's a derivative symbol of Nvidia. But don't you think there's an issue in the market that this is not investing? No one's making an investment in 5x Nvidia. Someone's going, I really like that for my 401k or my pension. I'm going to buy 5x Nvidia. No, these are degenerate trading products that is run by a community of crazies that are leveraged out the hilt. That's all I'm saying. I mean, and it's funny because I think the system is going to, I'm telling you, you're going to, you look at me, you're like, that guy's crazy. I think the system's going to break. I actually think there's going to be a break in the system. I don't know if it's going to be a cyber situation. There's going to be a break in the system. And my worry for me, and I think people should worry about this out there. My worry for me is I don't ever want to take delivery of any of my option positions. Okay. I just don't. Okay. So I'm trading spreads and I'm hoping to get out. But what happens on the day where I can't get out because of liquidity? I don't even know. I'm going to have a massive margin call along with every single person on the exchange, right? Isn't that scary? That's not scary to you.
Keep being hedged, but you're looking a lot at
No,
scenarios.
Eric, it has nothing to do with the hedge. I don't have market exposure. Okay. If I'm long one short another, I'm capped risk. That's not my risk. My risk is that
Execution,
my
being able to.
option basically goes in the money and I don't have the opportunity to get out of the option. Okay. And when you're trading a stock, you have to take delivery of the stock. If I have the 100 calls in a stock that's 120, if I don't sell my 100 calls, I got to take delivery of the stock, and I can't. And I'm big. I'm not huge like I was at one time, but I'm big. We're talking to people, a lot of subscribers that are here, and people watching on the air. They're probably smaller than the way I'm trading, and they have risk on 5 contracts, 1 contract. So be careful about that. And that's what I say is the risk and exposure. And I'm waiting for the day, and it has not happened in months. And I don't tell me the last day we were down 25 when you walked in this door. It
I
has
don't know.
it has
It's
not
been a
happened.
while.
So it's the same trade every day, up every single day. And we'll see how today ends, but I got to get out of here. I wish everyone luck trading today. Gold did not sell off. It looked like it was about to sell off, but again, they came in and bought it. I don't understand what this trade means for the market. Okay. It obviously has no meaning that it's up 80% on the year and it's an inflation gauge. But you know, we're in a land in gold where they're just buying it to buy it. So we'll see how it plays out, and I wish everyone luck today. Peace. Enjoy.